All right, let's talk about a book that has absolutely taken the world by storm. You know, some books are popular, but then there are books that become a full-on cultural phenomenon. And that is exactly what we're talking about today with The Housemaid's Secret. Seriously, if you've been anywhere online or near a bookstore, you've seen this cover. It is everywhere. And if you're wondering just how huge this thing is, let's just start with a number. Over 1.5 million ratings. And that's just on GOODREADS. This isn't just a book people are reading. They are devouring it, they're obsessed, and they're talking about it nonstop. And it's not just reader hype, you know? The official awards totally back it up. We're talking a Sunday Times and New York Times bestseller. It won the Goodreads Choice Award for Best Crime and Thriller, and it's still hanging out in the Amazon charts. This thing is a certified powerhouse. So what is all the fuss about? Well, it all kicks off with what seems like the perfect job. Our main character is in a really tough spot. I mean, she is desperate, and she's running from a past that she absolutely cannot let catch up with her. And then, like a miracle, she lands this amazing gig, a live-in housemaid job at a gorgeous top-floor penthouse. And this quote right here, it just nails her situation. She needs a place to lay low, to be invisible, and to just make some money without anyone digging into who she really is. And her new employers, the Garricks, they seem almost too good to be true because, well, they don't ask any of those hard questions. So, of course, she takes the job. The place is beautiful, it seems safe, it's the perfect hiding spot. But there's one rule, a very strange, very ominous rule. Don't look behind closed doors. And right there, that feeling of having found a safe haven just starts to curdle into dread. And this is where things start to get really creepy. That perfect, shiny exterior of her new life, of this perfect home, it starts to show some pretty serious cracks. The promise of safety just dissolves, and she starts to wonder if she's just traded one kind of prison for another. So what's the source of all this weirdness? Well, there's someone else living in the penthouse, someone she's never seen. The wife, Mrs Garrick, she's apparently sick, confined to the guest bedroom, a complete mystery. Mr. Garrick says he's taken care of her, but the presence of this unseen woman just hangs over the entire apartment like a storm cloud. Then come the first clues that something is deeply, deeply wrong. It starts with a sound. Sometimes, late at night, she's sure she can hear crying coming from behind that locked door. And it's the first real sign that this isn't just an illness, it's suffering. And if hearing crying wasn't enough, things escalate a lot. While she's doing the laundry, she finds something terrifying on Mrs. Garrick's nightgowns, these tiny spots of blood right around the collar. Now it's not just a sound anymore, it's a horrifying visual clue that the danger here is very, very real. So faced with all these terrifying signs, she reaches her breaking point. I mean, she knows she's supposed to keep her head down, stay out of it, protect her own secrets, but she can't. One day, she walks right up to that forbidden door, and she knocks. And that one knock, that one simple act, it changes absolutely everything. This is the moment the whole story just pivots on its axis. She's no longer a bystander. What she finds behind that door forces her to become a player in a very, very dangerous game. Now, I'm not going to spoil what she sees. You have to experience that for yourself. But it's enough to make her commit to something that puts her entire future and her own life at risk. She makes a promise. She is going to protect Mrs. Garrick no matter what it takes. And this lays out her impossible choice perfectly. On one hand, she feels she has to save this woman, which means going up against a very dangerous man and risking it all. But on the other hand, her own survival depends on staying invisible, on not bringing any attention to her past. It's a classic save them or save yourself dilemma, and there is no easy answer. But just when you think you finally understand the stakes, the author just rips the rug out from under you with one final jaw-dropping secret. And the story poses this chilling question. What if our housemaid, the person we think is the hero, is actually the most dangerous person in the entire penthouse? And here it is, the one line that reframes the entire book. As she's deciding to take matters into her own hands, she thinks this to herself. After all, I've done this before. Wait, what? Done what before? All of a sudden, our vulnerable protagonist, well, she doesn't seem so vulnerable anymore. She has a history.
And just like that, her mission becomes crystal clear. Her new target isn't just survival, it's Douglas Garrick. In her mind, he's done something terrible, and he is going to pay for it. She's not just a protector anymore. She is an avenger. Which leaves us with the ultimate, burning question that makes this thriller so addictive. We now know she's got a dark past. We know she's capable of more than we thought. And we know she has a target. So the real question is, just how far is she willing to go? So the crucial point is that the biggest secret of all might just be the housemaid herself. What happens when you fight a monster, but you have monsters of your own? To find out, you'll have to read the book. The link to this book is in the video description.